Minister of Education Dr. Nyan Gadsby-Dolly acknowledged low teacher turnout at both primary and secondary schools today, but stated this action only affects the students. Speaking at a press conference hosted by the Education Ministry, Director of School Supervision Nyma Hosein confirmed the 44% teacher turnout at both primary and secondary schools, a considerable decrease from the reported average of 96% for secondary schools and 97% for primary schools for this academic year, starting as at September 17th. Dr. Gadsby-Dolly stated her ministry's priority is the education of the nation's children.
We take any type of action, and if action is taken by the ministry, it affects many persons. If action is taken by the teachers, it affects many persons, but primarily it affects our students. And therefore, any action of this kind has to be seen, and it's seen by me as a parent, in the light of what effect it has on our children.
The minister also noted that the ministry has done all within its power to accommodate teachers with devices, training, and infrastructure in order to make the online learning experience as smooth as possible. Dr. Gadsby-Dolly is asking for cooperation as schools will now be operating in hybrid mode with physical and virtual learning.
Our children in Trinidad and Tobago must join those around the world in getting back to physical school so that they have the best chance of success. We must do it, and we must do it as safely as possible.
Vaccinated students of Forms 4 to 6 are required to attend in-person classes from October 4th, while unvaccinated students will continue online teaching.
Meanwhile, Minister Gadsby-Dolly also noted that the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association and other key stakeholders were consulted ahead of the announcement of the physical reopening of schools for vaccinated Forms 4 to 6 students set for October 4th. The minister said a total of 7 stakeholder meetings were held where they participated in discussions toward the possible reopening with the document Guidelines for Physical School Reopening and accompanying memorandum to principals formulated from stakeholder feedback. Further, Minister Gadsby-Dolly noted that the juggling of physical and online learning will be conducted on a school-by-school basis.
The issue of juggling the physical and the online may not be possible for all schools. Even if a school is fully outfitted with Wi-Fi, it comes down to a teacher and their capability and what they can do. It comes down to a subject, because not everything can be done online. And this is the reason that our stakeholders and our principal associations were very firm about them being afforded the flexibility to determine what is the best method for them on an individual school level.
With national vaccination levels at 33%, the minister encouraged parents and guardians to get their children vaccinated so that they could be afforded an additional level of protection against the COVID-19 virus and return to physical classes.
Earlier today, the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association embarked on Operation Blackout, taking a stand against what they claim is a disrespect by the Ministry of Education with respect to the reopening of schools on October 4th. Teachers were asked by the union to black out by staying away from work as well as online. The association says there is not enough infrastructure to support the decision for teachers to teach both physically and virtually at the same time. TTUTA is also protesting what it says is the ministry's failure to engage in salary negotiations and says teachers are still operating on 2012 salaries. TTUTA says they will engage in another full blackout day on Tuesday, October 5th.
And the National Parent-Teacher Association is expressing concern with the welfare of parents and students surrounding the physical reopening of schools for only fully vaccinated students on 4th October. In a media release, the NPTA urged the Ministry of Education and its partners to review their position and allow every single child the right to pursue their free and fair education according to the Constitution. The NPTA says it stands in solidarity with all parents and rejects the learning segregation of students because of their vaccination status. The NPTA says the current public health restrictions has led to disruptions in daily lives, creating anxiety, which is now further compounded in the most recent categorization, vaccinated or unvaccinated.